CEO accidentally saw a birthmark on a woman's face. This birthmark is exactly the same as his mother's birthmark in his memory, so he rushed out of the car to find out the truth. But the woman turned her head away for fear of scaring him. Jack was about to speak when he suddenly felt dizzy. The woman realized that he might be suffering from hypoglycemia. She took out a piece of maltose and fed it to the president. But when the woman left, Jack looked at the maltose in his hand. It reminded him of his childhood. Whenever he had a hypoglycemic attack, his mother would take out a piece of maltose and give it to him. This made him realize that this woman could be his mother, who has been separated for 20 years. It turns out that 20 years ago Jack was deliberately pushed into the river by his brother. Since he couldn't swim, he quickly sank into the water. By the time his mother found him, there was only a pair of shoes by the river. Lisa realized that her son might be in danger, but she didn't know that Jack wasn't dead. He was saved and became president. For years he searched for his mother, until he accidentally saw the birthmark on Lisa's face. He followed Lisa to her workplace to find out the truth. Lisa told him that 20 years ago her youngest son fell into the water. He'd be about your age if he were still alive. Just as Jack was about to take another look at her birthmark, the boss next to him noticed. He threatened to stop paying her if she was lazy. Lisa could only rush to work. At that moment her eldest son suddenly approached her. He knew her mother couldn't read. He lied that the loan contract he was holding was an accident insurance policy. He asked his mother to sign the loan for him, and the woman trusted him. She signed it without even thinking about it. The next day Jack had his assistant look up all of Lisa's information. He found that everything about the woman was the same as the mother he remembered. He realized that Lisa was the real mother he'd been searching for 20 years. He still asked his assistant to do a DNA test. On that day Lisa suddenly realized that the wedding poster was a picture of her eldest son's wedding dress. When she tried to find out, she realized that the person holding the bride's arm was her eldest son. She didn't know her son was married. She just couldn't understand why her son hid his marriage from her. Lisa had worked hard for over 20 years to raise her son, but now that she's finally started her own family, she can finally live up to her name. The next moment Lisa was about to go on stage to recognize her eldest son. Suddenly a strange woman came on stage. Lisa's son said to the woman that she's my mom.